Hello and welcome to this podcast from the KQ Jet Setter.
Today we are diving into a fantastic initiative, the Inflight E-Menus and KQ's journey towards a paperless experience. And who better to chat with us about this than our very own Chief Operating Officer, Mr. George Kamal. George, just to kick us off, what was the primary driving force behind the introduction of these Inflight E-Menus and how exactly do they work?
Thank you so much for the introduction. We were always looking for smarter ways to make this business much easier for our guests and more greener and more sustainable. So we found out that those menus, we are always changing the paper. We always have to change it to keep it neat and to keep it intact, and it's not giving us what we want exactly. It doesn't give you the touch and feel. So you don't see the meal, you don't know what are you ordering, you just ordering a meal from a menu with this paper. Sometimes it's lost, sometimes it's torn, so we have to replace it. That's what made us introduce the e-menus. So instead of using these printed menus, our business class passengers and premium passengers can now view this menu right on their mobile phone or tablet, or even on our website. It's available, and on the social media, also on the iPads on board with the crew. And you have this QR code is available in the seat in front of you. So you just scan it on the ground, you have the menu with you. This also saves paper. It's a quick and easy eco-friendly system, reduces waste and all the touches of the menu, and it's more smooth to our guests. And it's a modern experience, and it's just the first step on several steps to come. And those all come around the sustainability and the greener environment from one side, and from the other side, it's really a good experience for our guests.
That's really insightful. Now let's talk about our customers. How do these new innovative menus impact the experience of customers when traveling with us? And have you received any feedback from our customers?
The first part of the question, how would it elevate the experience? Number one, they used to hold that menu and don't have a clue. What is this meal looking like? What is in my meal? What do I get? What am I able to select? Now, digitally, you have the pictures, so you can see that. And this was not there before. So that's an experience on its own. The second thing is, as I said, it's a step for a lot of more steps to come in the future. About the feedback, what we have until now, it's really amazing. People loved it. The feedback I got was firsthand from the customers, and they loved how easy it is. They love to see the picture of the meal, as I said, the description and the details we can put there. If we change any item for this flight specifically, it automatically changes on the QR code. This was not possible on the paper menu, yeah? And this is the customization we're looking at in the future.
What's the relevance of this move to KQ's sustainability goals? How does this initiative tie into our broader sustainability efforts?
It does, and it does significantly. From a distance, you see it as minor change. However, number one, it cuts down the papers significantly. Number two, it lowers the carbon footprint. Number three, it also tracks the preferences of our customers. So which meal do you really want to eat? Which meal do we take on board, or which meal not to carry with us or to reduce? So that also reduces the waste significantly. And after we are stabilized with the QR, then we take a step two, which is the personalized menu made specially for you as a customer. So you come on board, you find your menu, it's a pre-order, and it costs you nothing other than taking your time to select the food and the drinks you want. So this also reduces a lot of waste that we carry food which you might not like. You can pre-order your meals earlier from the time of bookings. When you do that, you have more choices than the ones in the menu on board of the aircraft, which is usually beef or chicken or vegetarian. You can have even more choices of a menu. And the more the time you give us, the more choices you will have. Even for the drinks, you will have the same. You will have more choices for the drinks, more than if you go on board and you just order on board. And this is coming up and will be available soon.
Looking ahead, what other digital innovations do you envision for our in-flight experience in the future?
As I said at the beginning, we are always looking for smart ways. We're always looking for a way to do things more efficient. So we're working towards connectivity for the passengers and personalized experience. Think about it this way. When you are on board and you have a Wi-Fi and you are streaming your favorite show, ordering your meal even before the flight, once you are in the gate or somewhere, you can even send a request to the crew on board. They will see it. Think about it this way as well, that I will have this recorded in the system. So it's very personalized to the tiniest detail of your journey. You like 2 pillows, we will be able to provide 2 pillows. So all of those data are collected through the newer systems we're looking at and personalizing your trip from A to Z, not only about the meal, but also going deeper into your needs on board. So our goal in general is to build this digital ecosystem, which makes your travel very comfortable, personalized, sustainable, everything in one seamless package together. So this is where we're headed. So it might take us a bit of time, but we will be there. In Kenya Airways, innovation and sustainability is not just a buzz or a word. They are really embedded into our business. E-Menu is just a start. And how did we start with this? Is because of the passengers' feedback, even the customization. They say, okay, you know my seat, you know what I like, you know what I want to eat in every flight. I'm a frequent flyer. Why don't you prepare something for me? It's usually something we encourage, and we want to continue listening to customer, either through the messages, either through emails, either through the direct feedback. We want the customers, partners, and supporters to join us. If they have an idea, let's bring it down, because those ideas will build smarter and more greener flights.
George, as we wrap up this insightful conversation, what's your parting shot for our listeners regarding this initiative and KQ's commitment to innovation or sustainability?
Our commitment remains very, very clear: to deliver not just a journey, but an experience. Every innovation we make, from digital menu to eco-conscious travels, is driven by one purpose: making every mile meaningful. Together, us and the customer, we can define how our flight should look like, and to be customized based on our customer's need, not based on what I see or what you see. So we are committed as Kenya Airways to deliver not just a journey, but an experience. And this experience for every customer has to be smarter and has to be greener and has to be fully sustainable in the future.
To listen to this episode and more, follow our KQ JetSetter Spotify channel or subscribe to our Kenya Airways YouTube page. To read these and other stories, subscribe to our KQ JetSetter newsletter on LinkedIn.